Come on, everybody. You are on the channel for English for Biology majors, which is brought to you by Tsinghua University's Susan Ye. We hope after you learn this class, you will think biology is fun and to read biology book is piece of cake. Let's go, yay! Hello everyone. Today we are going to finish lesson 18. But first, we need to review what we've learned last time. For sharp and sour, we use the prefix OX and oxy, OXY. For sweet taste or sweetness, we use these four prefixes: gluco, Gluco, glyco, Glyco, or meli, Meli, malito, Melito. For base, we use one prefix, Baso. For bitter taste, we use the prefix picro, Picro. For food, we have two prefixes and one suffix to use. Those two prefixes are cito, Sito, tropho, Tropho, and the suffix trophy, Trophy. For nutrition, we could use these two suffixes, trophic, Trophic, and trophy, Trophy. The suffix trophic is for adjective. And for nourishment, we have two prefixes to use, nutri, Nutri, or tropho, Tropho. For sugar, we have these four prefixes, glyco, Glyco, meli, Meli, malito, Melito, and saccharo, Saccharo. And we could also use saccharide, Saccharid, at the end of the word to describe something that's related to sugar. Now let's finish lesson 18. We will move on smell. Now, for the first part, we are talking about taste. Now we will be learning prefix and suffix that's relating to smell. Glycogen. For glycogen, which is also related to sweet, we use this prefix, glyco, Glyco. Our example is glycogen. This is a structure of glycogen. Glycogen is a polysaccharide that is the main form of carbohydrate storage in animals. Glycogen has a lot of branches, as you can see in this figure. And in the middle of each glycogen, there is one molecule called glycogen, which is a protein. Glycogen can be converted to glucose when we need glucose, and the conversion of glycogen to glucose needs several enzymes to work together. For milk, we have these two prefixes to use, galacto, Galacto, or lacto, Lacto. Let's see our examples. For galacto, our example is galactosemia. Galactosemia, in this picture, this is the structure of galactose. Galactosemia is a genetic metabolic disorder characterized by an inability to metabolize galactose properly. Although the structure of galactose is only slightly different than glucose, Just because these are slight difference, it requires several enzymes to metabolize galactose. So when any of those enzymes are deficient, we will have trouble metabolize galactose. Then it will result to galactosemia. For LACT, our example is lactose. Lactose, as shown in this picture, is a disaccharide sugar of milk and dairy products. It exists in all the milk. The sequence can be written as beta-D-galactopyranosyl-1,4-D-glucose. This sugar is galactose, and then this one is glucose. We give one more example for Lactobacillus. Lactobacillus, as shown in this picture, which is stamped in purple, Lactobacillus is a gram-positive facultative anaerobic or microaerophilic rod-shaped bacteria. Lactobacillus is very useful for us. We can ferment milk, those are dairy products, with Lactobacillus. Then it can make yogurt for us. And for those people who cannot digest lactose, those are people with lactose intolerance, not galactosemia. Galactosemia is the inability to metabolize galactose, but lactose intolerance is the inability to digest lactose. For those people with lactose intolerance, Lactobacillus can help them, Lactobacillus will convert milk into yogurt, and in that process, lactose will be break down, so they can eat yogurt, not worrying about getting tummy aches or diarrhea. Let's review what we've done for milk. We have two prefixes, galacto, G-A-L-A-C-T-O, or lacto, L-A-C-T-O. For salt, we use this prefix, halo, H-A-L-O. Our example is halophile or halophile. As shown in this picture, this is one type of halophile called halobacterium. Halophile are organisms that live and thrive in an environment of high salt, often requiring such an environment. So those are halophile. We sometimes call them extremophile, meaning they are organisms who like extreme environment. For starch, we could use amylo, A-M-Y-L-O, this prefix. And our example is amylose. Amylose, as shown in this PowerPoint, amylose is the soluble form of starch. It is not branched. It's the long chain type of starch, consisting of 300 to 600 of glucose. And the insoluble form of starch has branches. It's called amylopectin. For poison or toxin, we have three prefixes to use. Toxin, T-O-X-I, toxico, T-O-X-I-C-O, toxo, T-O-X-O, or sometimes we will use toxin at the end of the word, but toxin is actually not officially a suffix. Let's see our example. For toxin, our example is toxication. Toxication meaning some drug or compound that can produce a toxic metabolite. And when a person ingests that toxin, the person will be poisoned, and which we call toxication. In this picture, it is a painting of the death of Socrates. Now, Socrates was ordered by the government to drink toxin to end his life. And for the prefix toxico, our example is Toxicodendron. Toxicodendron is a genus of plant including poison ivy, poison oak, poison sumac, and other trees, shrubs, and vines. They are toxic to, some of them are more toxic and some of them are not so toxic, but they all contain some toxic substances. So this genus is called Toxicodendron. And for toxo, our example is toxogen. Toxogen is organisms that will produce toxin. Like in this picture, the hemlock, or sometimes it's called poison hemlock. They will produce toxin to make people who eat them being poisoned. And the poison hemlock, the toxin is, the structure of the toxin is like this. And then the suffix, well, not officially a suffix, toxin, our example is picrotoxin. Picrotoxin, which we learned in the previous class, that it's a poisonous material extracted from the seed of the Indian berry, which is shown in this picture. And it contains 2 alkaloids and can be used as a stimulant or a toxin. Let's review what we've learned. For poison or toxin, we could use toxi, T-O-X-I, toxico, T-O-X-I-C-O, or toxo, T-O-X-O, or toxin, T-O-X-I-N. And remember, this toxin, actually, it is not officially a suffix, but it has been used a lot. For odor, now we are officially moving to smell. When we want to describe something that smells, not specifically some kind of smell, just you smell something, we could use these 2 prefixes, osmo, O-S-M-O, or osmoreceptor, O-S-P-H-R-E-S-I-O. Let's see our example. For osmo, our example is osmoreceptor. Osmoreceptor is one type of sensory receptor that can detect the smell. And like in this picture, the nose, it's a nose of dog. Inside the nose of the dog, it has a lot of osmoreceptor. That's why they are more sensitive to smell than any of us. And for osmoreceptor, our example is osmoreceptor. Osmoreceptor, this term is created by Freud. It means the sexual arousal through stimulation by smell. Or we can say pleasure caused by odors. Okay, let's review what we've learned. For odor, we have these 2 prefixes, osmo, O-S-M-O, and osmoreceptor, O-S-P-H-R-E-S-I-O. For something that smells really bad, foul smelling, stench, smell really bad, we could use this prefix, bromo, which we also learned it in lesson 17. Remember, for the element bromide. This can also be used. Well, because bromide has a really bad smell, so I guess that's why it gets used in both incidences. Let's see our example. Our example for bromo is bromomenorrhea. Bromomenorrhea meaning menstruation characterized by an offensive odor. When you have menstruation and it smells really bad, then it's officially called bromomenorrhea. And bromo can also be used for the element, the element bromide. And remember what we learned in lesson 17? Bromophenol blue. This is the structure of bromophenol blue. It is an indicator, a dye, and it is also used as a color marker to monitor the process of agarose gel electrophoresis and also polyacrylamide gel electrophoresis. Now we finished lesson 18. Let's review what we've learned this time. For glycogen, we could use this prefix glyco, G-L-Y-C-O. For milk, we have two prefixes to use, galacto, G-A-L-A-C-T-O, or lacto, L-A-C-T-O. For salt, we have one prefix, halo, H-A-L-O. For starch, we have this prefix, amylose, A-M-Y-L-O. For poison or toxin, we could use toxin, T-O-X-I, toxico, T-O-X-I-C-O, toxo, T-O-X-O, or we could put toxin at the end of the word. For odor, we could use osmo, O-S-M-O, or osmoreceptor, O-S-P-H-R-E-S-I-O. For foul smelling, stench, smelling really bad, we could use this prefix, bromo, B-R-O-M-O. Now we finish lesson 18. We'll give you the quiz for lesson 18 also. And next time when we come back, we'll move to lesson 19. See ya! English for Biology Major is brought to you by TCU's English for Biology Major course team. If you have any questions, don't forget to visit our FB fans page. The website is here, and you can also scan the QR code to reach to our FB fans page. This course is sponsored by Centers for Faculty Development and Instructional Resources of TCU.